Hello and welcome to this channel. Today we're going to look at a question that has been bothering me for a while. How much of you is just memory? And then, there are more philosophical questions like, if your memories disappeared, would you disappear too? So I was hoping that today we could play with this idea a little bit. So, how much of you is just memory? We can probably agree that everything that you have ever learned, everything that you know, it's all stored in your head. And then when you use that knowledge to do things or experience things, that also creates new memories. It's a little bit like a computer. The hard drive is your brain. Everything you know is stored on that hard drive. Then when you use some of that knowledge, it's a little bit like opening up an application. That's what memories are, right? They're experiences that we've stored and then retrieved. But if our memories are just stored experiences, then wouldn't it be possible to simply wipe them out or change them? Because if you think about it, memories aren't really you. They belong to the past. They're not part of your current reality. This sounds all very sci-fi, but in 2007, scientists actually did erase memories from a patient who had really bad migraines. They zapped her brain with magnets while she was in an MRI machine, and they targeted the exact area of the brain where those memories were stored. Then they asked her to recall the memories, and she couldn't. They erased her memories with magnets. Now, it's important to note that erasing memories like this doesn't seem to affect the person at all. She still seems to be the same person, even without those memories. But this raises the question, if all of our memories were erased, would we still exist? Would you still be you? You see, we constantly reminisce about our memories. We talk about them, we think about them, and when we remember something, it's never exactly the same as the original experience. Our memories are always being rewritten and updated. So if you think about it, you aren't really made up of memories because memories are just stories that we tell ourselves about the past. This is all very interesting to me because it leads to another question, which is, how much of our communication is just shared memories? Like when people talk to each other, they often talk about memories. They'll say things like, "Do you remember when this happened?" Or "Do you remember that time when such and such occurred?" And when you recall a memory with someone else, it's almost like you relive the experience again. But you don't relive it alone. You share it with someone else. And it's almost like creating a new memory by recalling an old one. It's kind of like the Chinese finger trap. The more you try to get it out, the more it slips through your fingers. And then there's the fact that sometimes people will forget memories that they've shared with you. They'll say, "Do you remember when this happened?" And you're like, "Yeah, I remember. Oh, yeah." And then they tell you the memory and you're like, "Oh, yeah, of course I remember," even though you never forgot it in the first place. So I wonder, when we share memories with other people, are those memories stored somewhere in our brains together? Are they like a shared folder that only exists in our brains? Like we don't know for sure, do we? It's possible. What about dreams? Dreams are memories too, right? We experience them and then we remember them. But if you think about it, dreams are memories that you've never shared with anyone. So they're memories that aren't stored anywhere outside of your brain. In a way, dreams are like private memories. When you dream, you're literally recreating an experience that happened in your brain, and then when you wake up, you may try to recall that experience, but it's already started to fade. So in a way, dreams are the most fragile form of memory. If you think about it, we spend so much time talking about memories and thinking about memories and sharing memories. It seems like the majority of human communication is just about memories. So the next time you find yourself talking about memories with someone else, just stop and think about it for a second. Are you still you? Are they still them? And is the third person still us? What happens if we lose our memories? Do we cease to exist? Comment below, subscribe, and like. Thanks for watching and see you next time.